Nice one.
Go.
I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to discuss...
Well...
Is this enough?
That's more... Aye. Thank you, sir. And come again.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Good afternoon. About Nick, got that sword yet, spy? You wanted a sword? So look at what I got for you. I don't want a... I'll think of a...
Careful. Good to see you. Can't go on like this.
About Nick, got that sword.
Good luck to you, friend.
You wanted... That's perfect. Lovely. I don't think you're a spy. Can't say for sure, but you seem all right. What about Nikvard then? Nikvard asked me to do something for him. He must have admired my devotion to Lord von Berghoff. Either way, Nick looked troubled and not very healthy. He wanted me to fetch him something he lost outside the castle, and I told him I would. At least I could check to see if anyone was sneaking around about the castle. But then Nikvard clutched his belly and ran off. So I never found out what he wanted, or from where. That's all? Aye. If you run into Nikvard, ask him if he still needs it or whether he found it himself. I'll be going into war soon. So I don't have time for these things, see? I'll tell him. About that lost alchemy book.
Please tell me you found it.
I'm sorry. I've got nothing to tell you about the book.
God be with you, sir.
About Nikvard and the book.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Medicine...
That's none of...
Well, if a nobleman's secret is worth so much, how about this? That'll buy you more than one book.
I suppose Lord Libac wouldn't mind.
Of course.
So many...
But now tell me...
Well, it's a in that regard, everything...
Nikvard...
It was in the privy. I helped him, Lord. That's why he didn't use the privy. But this time...
Is that all?
What else is there to say? It happened. I must say.
I don't know if this is gonna...
Well...
Thanks anyway. About that lost alchemy book.
Please tell me you found it.
Not yet. But I searched for Nikvard, and I have some clues.
Tell me what you've learnt, then.
It looks like Nikvard brewed some sort of potion from the book. He told Regina it would restore his youth, but the potion didn't sit well with him. He must have spent a lot of time on the privy at the training grounds below the Crone. Bertha brewed a digestive potion for him, but it didn't work. When he wasn't shitting or writing notes to servants, he asked Hirsch to bring him something from beyond the castle walls. He lost something there, and then he vanished without a trace.
What do you think about it?
You said that Nikvard had a habit of carrying books everywhere with him. If that was the case with the alchemy one, it's possible it fell down the latrine while he was shitting by the training ground. And now it's lying somewhere on the cliffs beyond Trotsky.
That actually sounds quite likely to me. Let's pray he didn't use it to wipe himself. Go there and look. Perhaps you'll find the book, and Nikvard too.
Good day to you. What brings you here?
Where did you come from, sir?
I brought here some of Lord of Hochwald's men-at-arms at the request of our Sir Otto.
Why didn't your lord come with you?
Unfortunately, he left to take care of some things in Moravia a month ago and hasn't yet returned. So I have to stand in for him as well as protect his youngest daughter, Adelita, who insisted on joining us for the journey.
Intrigued by combat and noble knights, is she?
Oh, you have no idea the sort of bother that lass gives me. She's used to having everything her way, and it's driving me mad.
Surely it's not that bad, is it?
Let me tell you, I hope we go back to Hawkvar soon. Ever since the Knight Florians started circling around Adelita, I haven't had a moment's rest. And what's more, I've got this feeling in my bones that something terrible is going to happen. Believe you me, my old bones don't lie. Till we meet again. Where's that damn grave digger?
You must be Nikvard, eh? Poor wretch.
Oh, it's starting to sail.
How many more times am I going to have to poke around in corpses and
I hope
shit
someone
for that
pays for a
damn crazy-
requiem mass.
What are you trying to pull, you scoundrel? God bless you, sir.
I have the book for you.
Well, I must admit, I haven't had an apprentice this handy in a long time. Zdenick has nothing on you.
I didn't even look inside.
You had a treasure like this in your hands, and you weren't even curious to have a peek? Well, I suppose it's not for everyone. I'll have a look for myself. This really is something. But why is it all covered in shit, for fuck's sake?
Let's just say the scribe didn't have it. It actually wasn't even in the castle. Under it, really.
Oh, refining saltpeter. Boil wine and alum. Grind. Ah, of course, it makes sense. I'll study the rest on the way. Well, the last chapter of our story of knowledge awaits us. The grand finale.
So what now? Do you have another job for me?
Charcoal. Sulfur from Hermes Trismegistos. Saltpeter from the carcass pit. As long as Black Bertolt didn't make any mistakes in his calculations, we have everything.
What Bertold? Oh, God damn it, Crazer, what's going on here? I'm tired of flying back and forth like a rag on a stick. I won't be led around by the nose. Will you finally tell me what's going on?
Believe it or not, all this secrecy had its reasons. But now I don't have to hide anything from you. It's time. We'll meet with the others in the lair, and there you'll learn the whole truth. You go ahead. I'm going to get a few things ready here.
All right, then. I hope you keep your word this time.
Excuse me.
Good dog. Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child.
Quick!
Are you blind? You almost ran into me.
Die! Quick!
Good to see you. You refused to get me more last time I asked.
God be with you.
Come as a surprise when I refuse again.
What am I supposed to write with?
You know what? Why don't you write a complaint?
It's time for the rat house to make a move on Crazel.
Do we have enough evidence to lock that rabble up? Tell me.
You might want to sit down for this, Thrush. Crazel has something that would allow him to raise the whole of Trotsky to the ground if he wanted to.
My God, how? Tell me.
Listen.
Goddamn Crazel.
What now?
It's time to put an end to it. I'll take a few men, and we'll head to that lair of theirs. Show us the way. Is there anyone missing here?
No. This is the whole gang.
Master Bailiff, what are you doing out here? In the forest? Such a rare honor.
The game is up, Crazel. In the name of the king, you'll tell me every last detail of what's going on here.
Of course. My conscience is clear. It's just that my apprentice here must have misunderstood the goal of our efforts. I assume that's why he brought you here.
Don't try to worm your way out of it. Henry here has cause to suspect something underhand is going on here.
You don't say. What sort of underhand things do you mean? Cat got your tongue? Seems these suspicions of yours don't have much grounds, eh?
He doesn't have to say anything. All we have to do is take a look around, and we'll surely find plenty of evidence. The manufacture of black powder is a crime. I'm giving you one last chance to confess and avoid a visit to the torture chamber.
A crime? How could it be a crime? Is it a crime to walk down a path no one has walked before? To pick a flower no one has ever picked? Or to make love to a girl no one has ever made love to?
Save the poetry for someone who cares, Miller. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
But you don't know what I'm talking about. You see the shadows on the wall, but you miss the flame casting them. You don't understand the world hidden behind the world of matter. You'll never know what it means to harness and control that matter. What it means to wield the power of fire.
And you don't know when to stop babbling about your delusions, because you just unwittingly confessed.
What the hell is going on here?
You don't know? I thought you'd be more insightful after all we've been through together.
You never were particularly outgoing.
And I see I wasn't wrong about you. You're just an ordinary fool. You fail to understand that behind my actions is nothing but a pure desire for true knowledge. To hell with a golem, the Kabbalah, shadows and light. This is proof that knowledge is a weapon. This is real power. If it gets into the right hands, stone shall not be left upon stone. It'll tear down your whole old world, along with the church and all that shit around it. Then God's justice will finally come among men.
I'd truly like to see that.
Sero sapiunt frigus.
Don't hide behind Latin. Your university lectures won't save you. You underestimated us. Especially our scribe. He learned all about black powder and the danger it poses. I didn't catch you for thievery, but I'll have you for aiding and abetting outlaws. You'll hang. All of you.
I have nothing to do with outlaws. I swear. Do you think I'd share such a secret with anyone?
Then what did you want to do with black powder?
To try it out, to test its power.
And how would you do that? Blow up the rat house?
No. Why would you think that?
You spoke of the end of the old world. Where else would you start but in Troskovitz?
You're more conceited than I thought. You think everything revolves around you and your little rat house? Henry, for Christ's sake, say something. You know me. You must understand.
Perhaps he's telling the truth. Maybe he doesn't deserve to die.
It's too late for mercy now, Henry. I thought you were on our side.
There is only one wisdom and truth that is hidden in the very essence of things. You can't stop progress. There will be others after me. The discovery of black powder will eventually reach the people and serve the purpose for which God intended it. From the spark, will come an explosion of knowledge, and then nothing will stop the coming of the new kingdom of God.
You might be right, but it'd be wiser not to start such experiments in these dark times. What would happen if Sigismund got his hands on this secret of yours? Or someone even worse than him?
You don't understand anything.
That's enough. Miller Crazel for rebellion against the king and the order of the world in a time of war. I sentence you and your accomplices to death by hanging. The sentence shall be carried out immediately and on the spot, as is the custom when dealing with rebels like you. Men, hang them from the rafters in this hole of theirs. Let them swing there as carrion for the crows and a warning to others.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Go! Go! Ja! Go! Ja! Quick!
Greetings, how can I help?
What's that you're taking over there? Stealing, huh? Where have you been?
Get over here!
Don't you
or I'll
know what
call the
happened? Help!
I'm sure we can sort this out.
How dare you give it?
Listen, I feel a bit...
Keep it.
Greetings, what do you want? Farewell, my friend. You're acting like a child, damn it. Go and whistle somewhere else.
God bless.
What do you have for sale?
Nothing to your liking, sir.
Good doggy, good boy.
Courage! What can you do?
Welcome. What can I do for you?
People call you the mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Zdeniek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arse face?
I'm sorry, Zdeniek. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
I know quite a few stories myself. How about a trade? A story for a story.
All right, then. But if it's the one about the magic porridge pot, don't bother. I've heard it 100 times. and that story always leaves me feeling hungry.
I know a romantic tale about a knight, his lady love, and 3 impossible tasks he had to undertake to win her heart. He had to bring her the sweetest wine, tame the wildest horse, and make a crown with the rarest gem.
And then? What happened when he'd done all 3?
The lady of his heart showed her gratitude by giving him the most precious thing she had. And I'm not talking about gold.
Oh, a raunchy ending. That'll be popular with the lads round here. If I were you, I'd make it longer. To last a whole evening. Add a wicked stepmother, that sort of thing. It'll be a hit. And now, I'll tell you a tale in return. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something. Stories with a moral.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. And it's not one you'll hear from any priest. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
Wait, Matthias threw the silver axe back? What a fool! He could have sold it.
A fool, you say? You'd better listen well. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes." Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth. So, he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself. So he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down whole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
Oh, that's so cruel. I feel sorry for Kuba.
Aye, and so did Matthias. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against a big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill.
He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's Pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink. Farewell.
Good morning, lad.
What's new around here?
Try asking around at that. I heard a woman there was looking for a blacksmith. A ranker.
And wouldn't you know what she wants?
No. And I don't and that's about...
That sounds interesting. I'd like to...
What are you in?
Show me what you can do.
Thanks. Why not? Why don't you forge me another hunting Then get... I'll be happy.
What's new?
I don't know. It's all been quiet.
There's a couple...
Ask her what?
Thanks.
Farewell, my friend.
Go! Easy. Nice and slow.
Oh! You trying to run me over, you idiot?
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard. I came to tell you I managed to find Nikvard.
Where did that madman wander off to this time?
He's dead. I found him lying below the privy outside Trotsky Castle. Poisoned, exhausted, or both. Hard to say.
My God! Nick, you fool! Did you report it to the Chamberlain?
Not yet.
Once I get over it, I'll go to him. But if you were faster, I'd be grateful. So Nikvard isn't left lying there. What about that book?
About that book?
You know what? I couldn't care less about that blasted book. That cursed tome. I'll actually be glad if I never get my hands on it. Forgive me.
Excuse me.
Greetings.
Greetings. What would you like?
Does the name Nikvard Libak ring a bell?
Yes, but I haven't seen him for a long time. What about him?
Nikvard is lying dead outside Trotsky Castle walls, where the guardhouse privies are. He apparently overestimated his strength while, on his little excursion.
Are you serious? My God. I'll send someone there immediately.
We're back from Semin, sir.
About time, too. I want to hear Lord Capen's report. We will wait for him.
Sir, with regard to Semin...
I hope you bear some good news, Lord of Perkstein.
Well, unfortunately not, sir. Things went wrong. And old Semin and his people attacked us.
What? And where is Burgrave Hashek?
Hashek is... dead.
Dead? How? And what of his men?
It grieves me, sir. But none of them survived.
How did it happen? Speak.
It turns out Alder was working with the bandits. He even left his own wedding to help them ambush you.
That rat!
Lord Semin didn't want to turn over his son, so a battle broke out. Hashek and his men fought valiantly, I must say.
And what happened then? It sounds like the Semin folk stood no chance.
At first not, sir. It was all over soon. So then we searched the fortress and found Alder wounded. We wanted to arrest him, but he fought like a wounded animal. He didn't survive.
I still don't understand what happened with Hashek and my men.
Well, up till then, everything went smoothly, if you could say that. Hashek ordered the fortress to be torched as a warning to others. But then, the rest of the Semin garrison suddenly pounced on us out of nowhere, and a terrible massacre started. Hashek. Never in my life have I seen anyone fight like that. He must have caught 10 arrows covering the retreat. But to no avail. In the end, the fortress was in flames, and only the two of us made it out alive.
I hope the flames could be seen all the way to Nebakov. Those bastards will soon meet the same fate. That will be all for now. I will speak with the Chamberlain about the steps we shall take against Nebakov. I will announce my plan to all my vassals and allies at the evening feast. I will be expecting you both.
Certainly, sir. Come for me in the evening, so we can go there together.